Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Star Wars Outlaws by Ubisoft story trailer, just released. And, well, while the facial animations look like something coming from Bethesda with the emotional range of a raw, cookie-cutter story filled with non-stop member berries that will likely have Darth Vader, because, hey, everything needs Darth Vader, a story that will likely eventually connect to the Disney Star Wars, but, this is a game that's going to deeply, deeply rely on the member berries, on nostalgia, and on good reviews of the gameplay. But that's not necessarily what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about how to tank the goodwill of your game before it even comes out. Yes, again, ladies and gentlemen, again, we have another community manager. This article from That Park Place, John F. Trent uses nice big words that I had to look up because, well, sometimes I have to do that. Star Wars Outlaws community manager Shauna Jones appears to have animus against white men in numerous social media posts. John, animus, why not just use hostility towards white men? But that seems to be hostility towards white men in gaming. Par for the course, ladies and gentlemen. Again, John, repeating the title in the first paragraph. As noted on her LinkedIn profile, Jones, I guess I skipped her name. Community manager seems to be losing their ever-loving mind. I just watched the podcast. If you don't watch it, Side Scrollers, great guys. Stuttering Craig, Blabs, awesome people. They had Grums on today, and Grums had mentioned, I believe he's been mentioning on Twitter, about these community managers have their own little private Discord. It's not secret, it's private, where they collude, so to speak, nothing wrong with that, and try to keep people in line being anti-gamer. There's just one thing after another, non-stop anti-gamer sentiment. And why would you want that from a community manager? But anyway, this one, Shauna Jones. Oh, I did read that in the title. I forgot her name. Moving on to the article. Shauna Jones' LinkedIn profile is based out of Newcastle in the United Kingdom. Twat. And has worked at Ubisoft as a community representative and community manager for 4 years. Her profile notes she worked on Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, didn't play it. Just Dance, okay. Riders Republic, that's actually pretty fun. Skull and Bones, I believe that's coming to PlayStation 5. Hey, exclusive. Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Immortals Phoenix Rising. She has a nice little resume there as a community manager. A community manager, those people who are supposed to bring gamers together, be nonpartisan, be unbiased, talk about the game, leave your politics out of your discussion. But maybe that's just me. Let's see. What did I skip? Previously worked as quality control at Ubisoft Reflections for 2 years on The Division 2. Quality control. Okay, actual involvement in a video game. Nothing wrong with that. As shared via screenshots on X by user Kooks12_. Jones posted back in January 2020. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, in one of my other videos, we're going back. Not too far back, not going 10 years, just 4. Just a measly little 4 years, bringing up some of the things that these people are saying, these people are talking about, because, hey, just use their tactics against them. Bring it out into the light, because the sunlight is the world's greatest disinfectant. Quote, oh, brother. Okay. If you're a white dude complaining that diversity being raised is an issue, then people are going to keep raising the lack of diversity until we see a change. That shit's got to change, man. Comma. Put a comma. What happened to punctuation whenever you're typing something? I think it's a very important thing, punctuation. Oh boy, if you're a white dude complaining about that diversity being raised is an issue. So let's clear this up. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Numerous other channels have talked about this. No one has a problem with diversity in video games. For the people in the back, as long as it makes sense, as long as it doesn't come across as forced. You put organic diversity, sure, nobody cares. I bring Cyberpunk up all the time because by definition, by some of these people's definition, even the side that's fighting against the nonsense, Cyberpunk 2077 is woke as... What are we at? 5 minutes. Woke as fuck. Okay? You have a character creator where you can have a lovely lady with massive tatas and a massive dick running around with a male or female voice. You can make a male character with a JJ and a few different landscaping jobs there. And a female voice and a male voice again. The bartender of the Afterlife is a trans woman, full-blown, post-op. And it's an anti-corporate. Johnny Silverhand is so fucking anti-corporate, anti-capitalist, it's not even funny, regardless of how much he changes throughout the game, depending on your interactions with him. And yet, people absolutely love it. You have a character in there that goes full-on cybernetic. You have advertisements of women with massive penises. And nobody cares. Why? Because it fits the setting. It's organic. It makes sense. I do not understand, and I will never understand, why this is a concept so foreign to the people that we always like to point and laugh at. No one cares about your diversity. It's the forced, inorganic, checkbox, ideological nonsense that we have a problem with. Forced gender changes, gender swaps, forced race swapping that don't make sense, especially when you go from one game to another game where in the first game, the character was white. And then in the second game, suddenly they have a little bit higher melanin content. In another post, let's go on. Let's see what other lovely little things she has to say about the lovely cis white man. In another post in September 2020, she wrote, quote, I skipped it too high. Love that if you say you're trying to be more body positive, white men assume that you're saying you're fat and tell you to go to the gym. I don't even know. Bitch, I'm a size 12. Being body positive has nothing to do with weight. Now, here is unfortunately where you're wrong, considering the current atmosphere, especially on social media. It's been drilled into everyone's heads over and over and over, because I'm going to offend some of you out there, and you know what? I don't care. I don't really care anymore. It is women the size of Lizzo with unhealthy lifestyles who are promoting this body positive movement. There is nothing wrong with being, I guess, happy in the skin that you're in. But however, with the body positive movement, there's the claim that healthy at any size, and that is medically factually incorrect. I can personally attest to that. I wasn't morbidly obese, but I used to be about 260, 270 pounds almost at my top weight. My knees hurt all the time. My back hurt all the time. I found a job where I did a lot of walking and less eating. I ate less and I moved around more, and I dropped probably 60 pounds. And now, to this day, I maintain below 200, and my knees and my back do not hurt nearly as much as they used to, although I am still quite out of shape. But anyway, that's a whole different story. The reason why white men, no, people, it's not just white men. I know you like to classify that. You like to quantify your statements with, it's only white men saying it. No, it's not, darling. It's women as well. Women of all races and nationalities. The idea, what's being attached to the body positive statement is healthy at any weight. Let's see. Back to July 2020. Please don't tell me gender is... I don't even care about that. Gender isn't an issue in the game industry when you are a white male. Here we go again. The problem is that gamers don't bring up... I'm sure there are gamers complaining and running their mouths and bringing up race, nationality, gender, and all this other stuff. But it seems to me that it only is coming from one side of this argument. I couldn't care less what the race, nationality, gender, sexuality, or whatever of the main protagonist of the game that I'm playing. The vast majority of games that I play, if given the option, I play a female character simply because, mostly because of the voice, if there's voice acting in the game. And especially if it's third-person camera, because, hey, reasons. Wanting a good game has nothing to do with the protagonist, because that's all we want. We just want a good game. Back to the quote, diversity in general is an issue. No, it's not. It's only because you keep talking about it, because we've had diversity in video games since I'm sorry, not the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo Entertainment System. You remember that little game called Metroid with Samus, where everyone loves to run their mouth? If they released Metroid today, you would call that a super woke game because the main protagonist is female. No, you're wrong. I believe Stellar Blade has kind of proven that because Samus is a hot, sexy ass blonde. And nobody would have a problem with it. At all. Not to mention the fact that it's a fun game. Even the original Nintendo Metroid and the Super Metroid, absolutely fantastically fun games. And that's the key. When you put a fun game out there with good mechanics, good story, decent voice acting from the characters, then gamers will ignore so much nonsense over and over and over again. They will ignore it because the game is fun, no matter how much you want to push about one game or another. That's another thing. We don't care who made the game either. But that's the other video I did yesterday. Anyway, please don't tell me a gender isn't an issue in the game industry when you are a white male. Oh my goodness. Diversity in general is an issue in the industry, I guess, as a white male, male, who is not always represented. What? I guess as a white male who's not always represented, make games with character creators and you solve that problem across the fucking board. It's easier to not know or see the misrepresentation in the studios. She also criticized Steam. Oh Lord, we're going after Ninja? Holy crap, for not teaching about white privilege on his streams. Because he streams to kids, you ignorant twat. Oh, Lord, he's more family-friendly now, as far as I know. He wrote in January 2021, maybe he wasn't. I think was that around his change? She'll tell me in the oh, I almost said chat. Haha. Ninja is boasting about his white privilege by doing this. What? By doing what? What did he do? He has the potential to influence millions of kids, which he shouldn't be. He knows that. He shouldn't be influencing them one way or another. He should just be entertaining. Something you should try to do as a community manager with the games that you are community manager for. Focusing on entertaining people. Stop trying to influence anyone. Video games are not there to influence people. They're there to entertain. Can we please, for the love of all, get back to that such simple concept? Oh, potential to influence millions of kids. Now, see, that's another thing. That's a lot of parents out there. We have a problem with idiots like you and industries like yours trying to influence our little clones. That's our job to that's our job to mold them and craft them in a way that they hate us when they get out of high school. Anyway, no, I'm moving on. Influence millions of kids and chooses to be a sack of beans. Well, I mean, I guess you could relate to him in that sense. Use your platform for good to entertain. Use your platform to entertain. Entertain and inform, not influence. My goodness, the pretentiousness of this woman. Don't do a ninja. Well, screw you, Shauna. I would love to do a ninja because that's a multi-billionaire. There are people out there who aspire to make that kind of money. Are you serious? Holy Moses. Oh, we got Grumps back in the discussion. Hell yeah. Former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Kern, who would share a number of other posts from Jones, as well as these after she was brought to his attention. Ah, yes, December 2020. Gamer boys ruin online games. No, shitty stories and shitty video games ruin online games. Community managers such as yourself ruin online games. Let's see, August 2022. Oh, we getting more recent, ladies and gentlemen. So it seems that she hasn't really changed her opinions, her viewpoints. She hasn't grown. She hasn't improved, which is one of the arguments a lot of people dig. You know, when they dig up tweets from 10 years old, their defense is, well, they're not that person anymore. They were 15 when they made that post. And yeah, I can understand that. But this is from 2 years ago. Oh, wait, this is from a year and a half ago, August 2022. Let's see what she had to say. Thank you all for sticking around for this one. This is, let's see, what's she saying? A post about Alan Caduccio claiming he was mistaken for a waiter at Gamescom. Okay, cool. Whoops, what was he dressed like? What was he dressed like? That's the context that is necessary. But of course, I haven't read this part yet, but I'm sure you can see it on the screen. Let's go. I'll take racism for 1,000, Alex. Quote, "This is shameful behavior, proof that we can't make the games industry a safe and inclusive space when the higher-ups don't understand the importance of diversity and are all middle-aged white guys." Ding, 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 ding. Where's my 1,000, Alex? Goodness gracious. These people have one script, one single note. Racist, 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 white guy, white guy, white guy, white privilege, and holy crap. Oh, wait, let's add the cis white man in there too. Get a different script, because this one is getting old and dull, nonsensical, and it's being ignored. We're tired of it. We're not listening anymore. These accusations, these names, the whole istophobe nonsense, it doesn't hold the same weight it did 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. It's a badge of honor. That's what it's becoming now. Boy, oh boy. Oh, January 2019. That's 5 years ago. Should we go back that far? I'm enjoying playing oh, good Lord. The lack of diversity really upsets me. Jesus Christ. Like, even the camps are full of white people. No. I'm pretty sure I played the beginning. I played a little bit of Days Gone. It was filled with zombies. And I'm pretty sure the camps had a bunch of brown people, Latinas, Latinos, and a whole bunch of words that would just make me sound fucking racist as shit. Look, I failed geography, okay? I didn't do good in social studies. Even the camps are full of white people. Oh my goodness, everything is about race. Why are we doing this? She also took issue with gamers back in 2017. I know the industry itself is maturing, but the gamers, man, they need to sort themselves out. Oh, goodness gracious. This is the community manager for this game. My goodness. Oh, I see a wonderful word here, and I need context. What do we got here? Since Current's post, Jones has protected her account because she's a coward and can't stand any sort of backlash or open discussion on any of the topics that she brings up. Nevertheless, these posts appear to indicate that Jones has held animus. There you go with that word again. Anger, hatred, hostility. Use hostility. People know what that means. Against white males for quite a number of years. This is not unheard of. Emily Goldstein at Thought Catalog back in 2015 made it abundantly clear that this is exactly what the word means. What's that? In an article titled, "Yes, diversity is about getting rid of white people, and that's a good thing." Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, what is this article? Ah, okay, so we got Emily Goldstein with the article. One of the more common memes that I've seen white supremacists spread around recently has been diversity as code word for white genocide. I have never seen that before. Not white genocide. I've seen people talk about diversity just means no white people. So I don't know. I haven't heard anyone use the term genocide. The concept here is that diversity is only promoted in white nations. Yes, because Japan, Korea, they don't give a toss about your diversity or istophobic nonsensical words. That's why we get lovely games like Stellar Blade. Jiggle, jiggle. Diversity is blah, 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 blah. And that the end goal is to eliminate white people altogether by flooding all white countries with non-white people until there are no white people left. My goodness, what sort of article is this? White supremacist diversity is indeed white genocide. Holy crap, John, where on earth did you dig this up? Why are we talking about this book? Since Current's post, Jones protected her account, blah, blah, that's not unheard of. Okay. It does kind of come across as good old Shauna Jones here is a bit anti-white. There's quite a few posts to prove it, and then when called out on her nonsense, she privates her account. Now, that is quite possible that there are numerous, bad actors out there running their mouths and making the rest of the gamers look bad and sending her nasty, nasty, filthy letters. Don't do that. Let these people make fools of themselves all on their own. We will be here to point and laugh and call them out on their nonsense. And, of course, this definitely does not look good, although the trailer didn't look all that great for Star Wars Outlaws. If this is the community manager you're going to have in charge of your community, Ubisoft. Maybe you should rethink and get somebody in there that's, I don't know, a little less opinionated on real world nonsense and is more inclined to talk about the game. Think about that for a little while, but let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things us YouTubers beg you to do, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.